and welcome to the Chord Guitar Level 5 lesson on tapping. Now, hopefully you've already watched Level 3 and Level 4 lessons on tapping. I strongly recommend that you cover them first and get really comfortable doing the exercises in them lessons before you come onto this one. And don't watch this lesson until you're confident with your fretting hand independence on the neck, not having to look at that. And you also need to be fairly confident with a major scale for this. This lesson builds on the previous lesson, and it introduces some new and more creative ways of tapping, such as fretting hand tapping, like on multiple strings, picking hand slides, all that sort of stuff, and multi-finger tapping basically. It's first important to get used to not using the pick at all. We're gonna hold it for the purposes of a lesson. Again, because this should maybe be coming as a solo in a song, so you're gonna have that pick in your hand. So you're gonna be doing all the tapping with your middle finger. But it's important to really get used to hammering on all the notes with the fretting hand and generating all that power with a fretting hand hammer on. Basically, you're hammering on from nowhere. You've not got a pick note before it, so you need to generate that power yourself with a hammer on. So a good example first we can use to get used to doing that is just practice it with fifths. We'll use them rooting from 3 strings. First the D string, the G5. So you got G on the D string there, the 5th fret. Second finger we're going to be using today on the 7th fret on the G string. 1 down, A string, the D there on the 5th fret, and then your second finger on the D string, 7th fret, which is your A, and then finally root E, the A there on the 5th fret, and your second finger on the 7th fret on the A string, which is your E. And basically we're going to be doing an exercise which is doing this. But you're not going to be using this pick, you're going to be hammering it on. So what you're doing is as you can see, it's quite hard to generate the volume for that. You might want to practice it with distortion to generate that bit of volume. And it might even be necessary for you at this stage. You might be getting notes that ring out to sort of mute the back of the strings there with this hand. But ideally it's good to get comfortable doing it without any muting behind. Some guitarists like to cheat and use a cloth there, but obviously if you wanted to do other things other than tapping, you don't want a cloth there dampening the open strings, because hopefully you're going to be playing some nice open chords in a song as well. So try and practice it without any string damping. Get used to that, and then the next thing to do will be perhaps add a slide in there as well. Get used to even more fretting hand strength. So you're doing exactly the same as before, hammering on that and hammering on that, the 5th, but then sliding 2 frets up to the 9th fret. All straight 8th notes here. Same on the next one down, and again. Practice that as well. Get really comfortable doing that. And one final one that you can do to get confident with the even volume of hammer on, because it's quite important to be consistent with what you're doing, is just take a pentatonic scale and try and hammer it on all the way up. Play around with that, get really used to doing that. When you're a bit more used to doing that and more confident, come back and I'll show you the first part to that intro riff that you just heard.